Thanks for joining the Right Perspective Podcast, Episode 5. We're audio only, focusing on audio so we can provide you good content. My name is Cooper. This is
Benjamin Davis.
this Right Perspective Podcast. Thanks for joining. It's co-host here. Alrighty. Well, thanks for joining. I guess starting off today, do some positive things. Benjamin, what are some positive lifestyle changes that you would recommend to someone?
I would recommend.
Basic or just
the top one is to get a quiet time with Bible and prayer going.
Yeah.
And you can start that out small. You can start with a few verses from Proverbs every morning.
Proverbs is great.
Yeah. I say Proverbs because it's easily sliceable. You read a few verses from Matthew and you're missing a lot. You read a few verses from Proverbs and you can almost digest it better than if you read a few chapters.
I think so.
There's value in both. But, one of the first things you do in the morning, read a few verses of Proverbs, and you'll move up from there. Spend a few minutes in prayer, praying for everybody in your family, praying for direction, that kind of thing. That would be on the top of my list. How about you? We can kind of go back and forth.
It sounds like a great way to start the day. I love that. As far as lifestyle change for me, the easiest is that I almost say the same thing. I've been starting to read more scripture because, I felt like I've become complacent in my faith in the last year. And so every time I pick up my Bible, like the physical Bible, and I actually read it, it's like, oh wow, that's God actually speaking to me.
Awesome.
It's really important. I listen to him. And Proverbs is so great. I was reading Proverbs, I think it was 27 the other day. And man, it was, God is going to destroy the evil. Do not stray from the path. He will be with you. As a lot of Proverbs sounds the same. They all kind of follow the same structure, same kind of message. And I think that's the point. It's trying to get you the same message. Don't be like the fool. Listen to listen to Lady Wisdom. Listen to your father and your mother. Those kind of like basic ideas. These ideas of paths, old men, wise men. The fool comes up a lot. We're all there at some point.
Lazy man comes up a lot.
Yes.
The diligent man.
Diligent. So I'd recommend that too. I've started recently eating a lot more healthy. I guess it's really basic, but just a lot more protein, like meat and vegetables. And to prove this, I went on my own accord and bought vegetables. Yeah, it's crazy. Now I didn't go buy from the farmer's market, so I'm not like based, but I went and bought some vegetables and 3 rotisserie chickens, and I've been eating that over the course of the week, and I can't tell you the energy I felt.
You're looking
really
good.
Great. Thank you, appreciate it. By the way, carrots keep away the man boobs. They do.
Okay.
I'll explain the science of that in a minute. But there's lots of different diets out there, like strict plans, and that's good for a lot of people. But I found for me, if I just stick to have a meat and a vegetable or a fruit every now and then, that's pretty good. Trying to, I'm on a no fast food diet. Broken it's good. So yeah.
We have, as a culture, fallen so far from actually healthy in our food that it's so easy to bump it up a notch. And then you can bump it up another.
Yeah, it's very easy. Well, vegetables aren't that expensive.
Yeah.
Some are, like avocado, but other than that, I don't. Cucumber and lettuce.
Now, we have to question your definition of vegetable a little bit. You said strawberry. You told me the other day that strawberries counted.
I think you said.
I said I was saying how sad it was that you weren't going to eat strawberries anymore, and you're like, I'll allow strawberries.
I'll allow them. I just haven't had them yet because berries are a commodity in the Biden economy.
They are expensive.
Most things are. So yeah, chicken is great. I had actually steak bites for dinner. Mom made a great meal. So there's that.
Bumping up your physical health is a great next step.
Yep.
Uh,
My one goal for this year is to run 3 miles a week, or at least a mile every other day. It's really hard at the moment for me specifically. Everyone has an excuse, but it's really dark. We live out in the country, and there's lots of stuff on the road. It's muddy, so I can't run. I wake up when it's dark, and I
Right.
get home when it's dark at the moment because it's winter. As soon as it's light when I get home, I'm running a mile. I can at least
What
do it
about
in
your
7
lunch break?
minutes. 7 minutes of daylight. I work in this city, and I'm in an office. I can't be sweating, out of breath. I'll be on the phone with the customer. That'll be $33. So,
Fair enough.
but I have been
Nice.
working out. Just trying to, trying to lose more weight because working in an office job, you do gain some, but at least I can maintain muscle mass without constantly ballooning up. So yeah, diet, I've improved in that, and I'm pretty happy about that. Doing that with my fiance, she's really loving it too. Making her eat 3 meals a day. She's feeling better, which is good. So yeah, that's a positive change I've
And
had
when
in my
y'all
life.
get
So
married and move in together, they all can work on that even more closely together. That's good. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Getting on the same
that'd be great.
page with that. It's good.
I've told her I want to help make the meals because, contrary to I guess leftist idea, I don't want my wife to slave away and make every single meal. No, I don't think that's a problem. My wife does want to make every meal, but I'd like to make her breakfast on Saturday. I think that's I want to help my wife in the domestic way in some ways, sometimes. So
And that will I'm sure that will change. Not your desire to love your wife well, but
it'll change in what I want to do.
and the way you lighten her load or you share the responsibilities will change through your chapters of life. When you're
For sure.
just a newlyweds, you'll have a certain way of doing things. Once you have kids, that will change. Once you have a few more kids, that'll change again.
It'll be taking the kids outside.
Yeah.
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 Giving her a moment.
When your kids become old enough to do the dishes themselves and mow the lawn, the responsibilities that both of y'all do will change again. And then when you're empty nesters, I assume it'll be somewhat like how you were when you were newlyweds, but however you want it to be. So
when will we be empty nesters? We're pretty young.
hopefully when you're like 70.
Well, right. I forgot. We're not gonna have 50,000 kids. That's great. Quiver full of arrows. I guess she thinks she can do best with like 4 or 5. Like she doesn't want to. She wants to school them all properly, and she just out of experience with her family and other. She's like, I think I can serve them all best. And there's 4 or 5. So.
And that
we'll
might
see.
change.
That might change.
God might have other plans. I know with
I've said that.
Yeah, I know with my parents. They tried to stop after 3, and they ended up with 10. God told them no. This is what we're doing.
What number were you?
6. So yeah,
okay, glad they didn't stop because you're pretty cool.
Yeah. So the other thing I would do after you're getting some quiet time, the next step up is if you're married, especially if you have kids, is I would step up with some family worship. You can really start this easy as well.
Does not have to be on Sundays. Every night.
And it doesn't have to be every day, but that is best. But
what kind of worship?
What I'm doing, I eat the fastest of all my family. So
yeah, you're incredibly fast. I remember every time at work you were just like,
I also don't eat.
Done.
So it helps when you're eating less than I don't eat less than my sons, but I am more efficient than my 2-year-olds.
I would assume
and my wife is nursing and all this stuff. So anyway, I usually finish first, and so at that point, people are settled in. I'm done eating. I get out. Right now, I get out my phone. I'd love to have like a shelf somewhere where I could put put the Bible, put the catechisms, put the Psalter, something like that. Yeah.
Your own little library.
Yeah.
Good
The
things.
family worship shelf. Yeah. Someday.
Yeah.
Right now, I get out my phone and tell my boys, okay, we're gonna read the Bible. So you sit quietly, listen, read such and such psalm from the Bible. So what I do is there's 30 days, around 30 days every month. I follow the Psalm 1 on the 1st of the month, Psalm 10 on the 10th of the month, and most of those are pretty short, good for short attention spans. I read one psalm, and that's good for them, and they get to practice for Sunday morning. We don't have all the daycares and stuff. They're in church where they should be.
In the pews.
Yes. In the folding chairs. Yeah.
Home church, that's great.
And then we haven't done this as much lately, but what I want to be doing is then I'll get out a karaoke song with him. So it's just the music and the lyrics, and we'll read. We'll sing "Be Thou My Vision" or "God's Perfect Lamb" or something like that. And I'd love. I have a guitar now, so hopefully, maybe by next year. Yeah, maybe by next year I'll be able to get out the guitar and like, okay, now we're gonna sing "Be Thou My Vision," or maybe maybe we'll start reading the first 3 proverbs from the proverb of the day, or the first 10, or whatever, and sing Psalm 1. I didn't grow up singing psalms, so I haven't gotten into that yet. I want to find. I need to ask my Twitter people. A lot of them do singing of the psalms. I want to find a YouTube playlist or something that has clear lyrics of somebody singing the psalms.
Not in Latin.
Well, not
or German,
congregational or choral.
Yeah. Well, that can be muddy.
It's a beautiful thing to sing as a congregation, but it's not so great for listening to if you're trying to memorize it and fit it to the fit it to the music, all that. Anyway, so family worship, start small, get consistent.
Very cool. I'm 100% gonna do that. That'll help. I think that's good and for the man to do to help his family worship. That's amazing.
One of your main responsibilities.
I think it's also really good for your kids. They may not understand most of what you're saying, but I think it's not at first. I think your kids are actually really cool. So that's really cool. Most people underestimate their kids. But it's like, the joke about if you make your kid listen to Mozart, they'll be smart. That's true. True. If in the sense of it, if you surround your kid with good things, that's going to help them. You surround them with the Bible, with the habits and traditions of a Christian household that's going to help them learn. They'll be normalized with it. They're going to be much closer to God than if it's just, all right, Sunday class, that's it. It's like, I think that we can do more as fathers and as leaders, and it's a time where the father can lead the family in something other than maybe just prepare before dinner or driving to church. I think that's a good way for men to reclaim the spiritual hold of the family. I think that's good. Of course, God has the spiritual hold, but you know what I mean.
The leadership.
To be a leader. Yeah. Because in that way, you are protecting your children spiritually, their future. If you teach a child a good thing, he will not walk from it. It's Proverbs. That's paraphrased. So. Exactly. Very, very much so. But the way the Lord. But so that's good.
Do you have another one?
Let's see. Man, wedding planning is tough. I've been doing that. We're trying to find different venues. We're working with pretty shoestring budget. Actually, not really. Sort of. We're in the phase now where I need to email some people, and we're days from getting a venue locked down. Once we have the venue,
I talked to my dad about. No, you wanted something bigger. It was too big. Okay.
Yeah, we need.
Okay.
We have
Yeah.
like 200
Okay.
people.
All right. 200 people. That's a sweet size wedding. I like that. That seems
Yeah,
normal size to me.
Right. Well, I mean, you have the family, like so many siblings. It's one of the not downsides, but one of the effects of being an extroverted person is I know so many people from so many different parts of life, jobs, different Boy Scouts, church, work, stuff like that. It's like there's so many people you can't not invite where it's like I'm just.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have decent sized weddings, about 200. No, you're not invited. Sorry. But you'll be. Don't worry. And the family. And so yeah, it's gonna be probably at some local churches. Then right now we're trying to. Yeah, so we're days from getting the venue, and then after that we can start sending out, save the dates, and then start working on decorations, and I can try to get a house or an apartment. So just working on that. I'm young. I'm just saving up money at the moment. So yeah, that's mainly what a lot of my time has gone to. Work, of course, but that's going to be life. So that is one lesson I've learned after being in my Scoutmaster said this. Everyone's busy.
Yep.
Stop using that as an excuse.
Yep.
Everyone's busy. Everyone is, unless they're like absolutely have nothing to do. So you can find the time. You just have to move things around. So it's like, you know what? I'm not going to use that as an excuse anymore. Just say what I'm doing, and I can't move it.
Next time somebody says they're busy, look at the screen time tracker on their phone.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Mine is so bad.
Most people spend, I think, I wrote an article on this. I did. It was close to back in August. Most people spend around average 8 hours a day on their phone. And I assume some people have a lot for like navigating apps like Maps. My phone is probably open for 3.5 hours a day on navigating. I drive a lot to work, and my job, I wait for someone to call me. So I guess I'm on my phone.
Right. You have one of those wait around jobs.
Yeah, I'd like to not. I'd like to be, in HVAC doing something. I like my job. For anyone who's listening, it's great. I'm helping people, but I'm more of a hands
sitting at the desk is the long term. Yeah. Not super healthy.
And
option.
So yeah, no, that's a lot of time is spent wasted on screens. When it comes to that, it's for me, it's such a not tough, but I love technology. I love computers. I love all this stuff. But
you think we'd be better at getting audio in session?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're working on it. That's why we're doing this episode. But I was just like, we'll wing it. But I was talking to my friend at one time. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to 1800s. Not the whole Michael Knowles 1200s, because we don't roll the Catholics.
Late 1800s.
It's pretty nice.
America's golden age.
The dentistry wasn't great.
Yeah.
Right before the 1910s, the end of the 1910s was no bueno. For one reason, because everyone, I don't know, everyone moved to the city. So everyone moved to the city. Suddenly everyone had headaches because it was the change of the entire society. We've had that again with cell phones, and that's why so many teens are killing themselves.
So that was the time that we actually kind of started to understand medicine a little bit more in depth and having standards at medical schools.
Oh, for sure.
If you've never read The Great Influenza, an excellent book. It's about the Spanish flu during World War I.
Okay.
It goes across so many genres. Like sometimes, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a really good book.
Okay. There's lots of good books out there. You just gotta read them. Ever since the end of the election, I'm like, I don't really need that many politics podcasts. I'm done. I've kind of heard it all. I'm not saying I know it all. But like, there's only so many opinions you can hear on the little bit of news we get every day, and it's like, cool, Pete Hegseth did a good job. All right, that's about it. So I want to read more books. Listening to the Bible's good. There's some good Bible audiobooks. It's not the same as reading, but it's good. Fast food scripture.
My podcast listening habits are changing up a little bit now too.
Yep.
I don't know. The Michael Knowles and Matt Walsh show. I'm getting more annoyed with their opinions a little bit now.
Same.
I still enjoy them, but it's not the same. So I'll probably listen to them sometimes. And I was trying to find the right response. Joel Webbin's podcast. I keep seeing was it Right Wing Watch? Their leftist not publicists putting out
reposting them. Yeah.
Look at this terrible thing this person did. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah, and they're like, "This is the best clip you've ever had of me."
I'm having trouble finding it on Spotify, but that's where I found him going on a podcast with Pearl. I told you about it. Listening to that
Pearl
on the way
Davis.
over. So far, this episode is amazing.
Are they talking about substantive material?
She's just getting him to explain theonomy, Christian nationalism, postmillennialism, all this stuff. I'm only halfway through. But basically, he listed off a bunch of things that he is, and she's getting definitions on them and asking some peculiarities. Yeah, she's not familiar with them. And I really appreciate it because a lot of these things, I've heard them, but I don't understand what they are because I've only heard about them within the last year. I haven't gotten clear definitions. Like the post-millennialism, he had a really clear, short explanation of it.
It's quite a broad term depending on who you ask, but yeah.
Anyway, I'm really enjoying that. Finished the History of Rome podcast. I'm sad. That was really enjoyable to listen to. I suspect,
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. I recommended it to him, and I never listened to it.
You should.
My mom recommended it to me, and I was like, "He'll like this." I need to listen to it.
At some point, I'll probably listen to his Revolutions podcast. I started the first one and wasn't getting into it yet.
There's so many different
I just
ones.
need a break, and I'll go back and listen to it.
Too much learning. Hey, you do more than me.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm changing up my listening a little bit. Might go back and listen to some King's Hall podcasts. Listen to one or two of those. Did you see my post asking people what's? I had a couple people mention that they're not fans, like definitely not fans of the Ogden group. Brian Sauvé, Eric Kahn, that group. King's Hall podcast, Haunted Cosmos.
I've seen them. I'm not. I don't know. I've never listened to them.
I've listened to a few of the King's Hall, and I listened to quite a bit of the Bright Hearth podcast, which you might enjoy that, or your fiance might. It's very much about homemaking, actually, and the responsibilities of both the man and the wife in the home.
Okay.
And they're kind of this not loose crunchy, but non-legalistic crunchy. It's very nice. We're gonna eat a lot of red meat because it's easier to get clean red meat.
Generally better. Yeah.
But and we're going to avoid a lot of the sodas, but a Mexican Coke, that's good. A little bit of sugar now and then is fine.
In moderation, it's fine.
So
that's my kind of lane.
I really enjoyed listening to some of that.
Okay.
My group on Twitter really enjoys Haunted Cosmos by them. I've heard about it a lot.
This sounds like a middle school book.
Well, they did just release a book by the same name, but I think it's their tagline or something like "living in a world that's not just stuff." I think it's about the interaction between the spiritual and the physical world. I'm not sure. Apparently, it has a lot of kind of this Bigfoot, aliens, kind of conspiracy theory for fun vibe. I don't know. It's the one that
Okay.
sounds the least interesting to me. I don't like
Yeah.
conspiracy theory talking about like there's no distinct like okay the state is lying to us. That's one thing, but
Okay, yeah, but like Bigfoot exists. I don't know. I saw we watched we had cable TV. Yes, it was probably like 2011 or 12, and I saw as a kid, and I saw a documentary on Bigfoot. And that scared me so bad because it had like CG animations of him jumping so high and ripping Indian kids apart, and I was like,
oh boy. You're like 5?
Yeah, no, I'm afraid of Bigfoot. Don't tell me you dox me.
You said like 5?
Yeah, like 5.
You were saying
no, it wasn't violent, but it like insinuated that he was like eating children, because that's what the tales like from the Indians or from the natives were. Indians, not natives. Sorry, gotta be based.
I didn't know that.
But or like monsters that like take kids or anything.
I thought you were saying 2000 for a moment there, and I was like, you weren't were you alive? Like I was barely, but
barely. Oh, this is totally off topic, and I mean to bring this off topic because this is so funny. You know how you're like you were like the firstborn of Generation Z, and I'm like kind of like the tail end of it for Generation A, which is Generation Alpha, which oh god help them, they're not in a good position. That's their parents' fault. But since 2025 started, you've heard of Generation Beta, right?
Yep. Gonna have to come up with a better name.
For someone, who I've never been one to call him Beta, like some Andrew Tate guy, but it's pretty funny. That's pretty funny to me. He wants to be named Generation B, and it's gonna be from kids 2025 till 2040. It's like 15 years.
Ouch.
So most of my kids are gonna be Generation Beta. Oh, your kids just escaped.
Well, the first
they're alpha. They're alphas. Yeah. Well, that would be most then.
So some of them did. Yeah.
Firstborn privileges, I guess. Anyway,
see, I don't think of Andrew Tate when I hear Beta. I think of that. There's this old black dude that shows up on Twitter and such. He's kind of this wrinkly, short guy, and he's just based. It seems like, and somebody will try and get this somewhat flamboyant guy telling him something like, "My wife drives everywhere" or something, and he's just like, "Beta." In the podcast. It's like, I'm not Beta.
I gotta find a clip.
Beta.
So
I don't know what his name
is.
It's
funny. Question: is it all right? This is a little dumb, but also I guess. Do you let your wife? Do you let your wife drive you around?
Not everywhere. Occasionally, she really wants to drive, and so she'll drive us. Of course, when I'm not there and she needs to go somewhere, I allow her to drive.
Of course, you have to. The law is supposed to.
I don't have my 2-year-old son drive her instead. Not yet.
He needs to step it up. Higher expectations.
Yeah, if we just hadn't gotten such a big car, we wouldn't need so many phone books to put under it. So for our younger audiences, phone books are these. No, I'm not going to explain it.
What's a phone book?
And
I only know them because you would see people try to tear them. I think it's okay. The idea of a phone book?
Really?
No. We never did it. We've never had a landline.
That's hilarious.
I at least know what a landline is.
Good.
It's like an analog phone. It has actual wires. Anyway. No, actually, I take that back. We have had a home phone. Anyway, what I was saying is, I think it's crazy how you could have a book with everyone's numbers in it. Was it just like companies, or was it?
It was people. Yeah,
people.
I think you could request that your name be taken out of it, but by default, everybody's number.
How did they allow that? I guess America wasn't great. What? That sounds so wrong. Like, imagine there was just a list of everyone's phone numbers in green in like these in your city. I want to take it off immediately. Like,
it wasn't your cell phone number.
I don't know.
And there wasn't all these scam calls.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
people could contact you. You know, you could have a crush on the cute girl at school. You know her last name. You flip to the right place in the phone book, and you call her up and immediately slam the phone down because you heard him.
That's where America went wrong. You couldn't work for the number. You just found it.
Yeah, but then you had to either abort when the father picked up, or you had to talk to him. So I mean, that was
this
good, you know? Yeah.
Okay, that's true. So it's kind of it's gambling. That's
yeah. I mean, you could call when he was at work. But
that's true.
I mean, then you might have to talk to the mother, and that's not as scary. Definitely not.
No.
Yeah. The only time I felt the worst case I've ever had of the proverbial shaking of the knees was when I was gonna ask somebody if I could court his daughter. So bad, and he was shorter than me. He wasn't this big imposing guy, but he was a father. I was gonna ask him about his daughter, so it was scary.
Nope, that's no, I feel you, man. Yeah, he's a little shorter than me, and it was still like
that's hard to do.
He's one of these guys where he's just like he stands still, like not very stoic when he needs to be, and it was just like, you know, like
can I please, maybe, sort of, kind of.
Could I ask your daughter to marry me? So that's pretty. Yeah.
I don't remember what were we talking about?
I don't know. It's a laid back podcast.
It's cool.
We're in a funny mood today. Funny. Oh, I have a joke. Let me find it. I'm so stupid. I didn't remember it. There's plenty of good ones. Me and my coworker send dad jokes to each other all day because we don't have real jobs. So let's see. Oh, this is the one that got me. Which vegetable has the best kung fu?
Which one?
Broccoli. It's great. I laughed at that so loud. Let's see if we can catch you. Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands? They're dead.
Yeah, that makes it harder.
Yeah, that's kind of a knee slapper, but they can't.
I don't know why people have dad jokes. They're amazing.
They're great.
I'm terrible at riddles. Terrible at them.
Oh, riddles. No, I'm terrible at this too. Like I'll be thinking about the wrong thing, and then my smart friends will be like, like, all right. To make fun
of. Guy
it.
on Twitter yesterday posted this farm implement that looked like it had basically this big boom, like 12 feet long or something, with basically looked like what's it called? I don't know. Oh well, if you don't know, two quadcopters on it, like big ones. Yeah. Yeah, like drone.
Okay. It's a drone.
Yeah. But I zoomed in, like, okay, those are blades. Okay. This is some sort of cutting. And he was like, hey, guys, what do you think this is for? His name's like Farmer Pete or something like that. He's a cool guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And, but the jerk, he put it, the picture was taken right next to these grapevines. Big field of them. I thought maybe they're all over. They don't.
Yeah.
They didn't look quite like grapes to me, but maybe they weren't. Maybe they're.
You never seen a grape tree? Sorry.
I grew up with a lot of grape trees. Great for climbing. And I was like, "Is this for cutting the top of the vine?" So close. Okay, is it for cutting, like, in between the vines? Like, So I didn't think about anybody thinking it was actually for the stuff that was right behind it.
Yeah.
It was for cutting, driving through the almond orchards, and almonds. I don't remember. It was some kind of nut, um, tree nut, orchards, and
Hey Google, where do almonds come from?
uh, you have your phone listening to us?
Fruit of the almond tree.
Almond tree.
Oh, it comes from a tree. Okay, cool.
Oh.
I just had to fact check.
No, it's definitely the peanut trees. Yeah, and we're just lopping the tops off of them, so maybe so the harvester could reach them or something. I don't know. I'm guessing at that point, but it's like, oh man, my wife and I, we felt so smart. We were like looking at it, looking at all the details of the picture, like what could this be? We just check that text, make sure. Okay, all good.
Wasn't the women?
No.
The wife? Yeah.
No. Oh, that's
it's-
what we were talking about. We were talking about letting my wife drive. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes she really wants to drive. Okay, that's fine. But as a general rule, I take it upon myself as the manly responsibility to drive us around.
Yeah.
I'm actually more comfortable in the driver's seat than I am in the passenger seat anyway. So it works. She can play on her phone and take care of the kids from the front seat, all the stuff.
Yeah.
It works great.
My lady gets to control the music when she's driving. Otherwise, I'm not trying to like just stare at my
Yeah.
phone and drive. That's not good.
I keep veto power of the music while I'm driving.
Yes, you get veto power. Hey, it's my car,
No
my
rap.
music. But you can pick whatever you want. It's like Ford when he made his cars. I guess it's a tall tale, but he said, you can have your cars whatever color you want, but it has to be black.
As long as it's black. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, as long as it's black. So no, I always drive. The only reason she would drive is because my car doesn't work, or because she doesn't think it's safe, which is fair. No, she drives before. That's perfectly fine. But I like to drive. It's fun.
I don't care for driving. I'm much more okay with it than I was, a decade ago, learning to drive.
Sorry,
I am that
I
old,
didn't mean to
yes.
age.
It was this necessary evil. It's like I need to be able to take care of a family someday, so I got to be able to work, so I got to be able to drive, so I got to learn to drive. Okay, fine, I'll learn to drive. Sorry, that was the thought process,
Okay.
but I didn't want to.
Yeah. No, I was raring to drive. I wanted to go. So much so, my first car was a Mustang. And then I've spent ungodly amounts of money trying to fix it. It works at the
Good.
moment. It's actually I
Good.
got it back. It's
Good.
safe. It's
Ooh.
quiet. It drives like a new car. Like the suspension was all redone
Nice.
and everything. So it's incredibly like steery. It steers well. It's very responsive. So I feel very safe. I feel like I can take the lady on it and be perfectly, not have to hear whoop 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 because the wheel's going wild.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah.
Well, we've spent quite a lot of time talking about lifestyle changes. Definitely, yes.
Mhm.
Let's see. Talk about how the culture has moved more right wing, which is nice.
Very.
People
It's
are
very
starting
good.
to be willing to say, yeah, that trans stuff, that's kind of gross.
Yeah. Or it's like I don't want to pretend anymore
Yeah.
because most people were never along with it. I don't know if you hear the question. The culture has moved more right wing. I've noticed this. Right after the election, it's like, wow, Coca-Cola is now like sponsoring Trump. They give him,
Mhm.
He's got Facebook. Everyone is now on like the right wing
Mhm.
train. For good or for better for worse or bad or good. But as it's moved more right wing, it hasn't moved to a more Christian or like a very conservative. Because you can be right wing and not be conservative. Sort of. It's those terms of left and right have been so diluted. So that's why I like more conservative liberal because they're more defined and less broadened. So I guess my point is, everyone is moving towards the right, which essentially is what the moderate used to be 10 years ago. 12 years
I
ago.
thought you were going to shorten it like maybe 5 years ago.
Maybe, hey, maybe training the kids isn't good. Maybe, having women in men's sports, no, men in women's sports. I think
Yeah.
well, both, but yeah, majority men in women's sports is not good. Very basic things. That's like, okay, good, that's great, but the culture hasn't shifted towards Christianity. It hasn't had yet. Maybe it will. I think that we're starting to see inklings of it. Young men are the most religious they've been in 40 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. In the 90s, what would you do? What would Jesus do? That was, I think it's really cool because.
I guess that was only the mid 80s, 40 years ago.
You're not.
No, I'm not, but I still think that the 90s is a very recent thing. So you say, oh, in the last 40 years, and you talk about the 90s, like, wait, why are you talking about like 10 years ago? Oh, no, that's not.
Yeah.
40 years ago should be like 60 years.
We're halfway through the 2020s.
Yeah.
Like, it blows my mind because in my mind I still think it's like 2019, even after COVID.
So glad that's over. Oh my goodness.
So we're seeing positive stuff happening, but we haven't gotten the culture back. And I don't think Christianity has ever had, like, not everyone in American society was ever just God-loving Christian. I think maybe back in 1800s, yeah, majority.
And the culture and laws were set up to encourage it.
But that's it as well. It's not just people saying, I'm a follower of Christ, I am a Christian. It's the laws and the social taboos.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you didn't, even if you weren't like religiously convicted against, homosexuality or sodomy, that really wasn't accepted.
Yeah.
It was kind of gross.
And illegal in some places, I'm sure. But actually, I don't know about that. I would think it was. Yeah.
It was. 1800s, it was pretty
illegal. Did you see Pete Hegseth? I think he opened his Senate hearing with, however this goes, the glory belongs to God, Jesus Christ our Savior, or something like that.
Amen.
I want to see that clip, but yeah,
it's very good.
That's excellent.
Pete Hegseth is a good example, I think, of a man who has committed many sins and has turned his life around. He's still married to his wife of his daughter, and he's repented of any of any sins he had in the past, and I think it's really good. He's public about that, because most politicians are like, never, if you talk about my private life, you're going to be sued.
And his pastor has come out and said he is in good standing. He's repented. Yeah, he's here.
No, that's the saving power of God, and you can be forgiven completely and still have the consequences of your sin that causes health effects, or if you've permanently damaged your family or children or whatever. Yeah, you can still be forgiven. So I'm glad he said that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So more of that. The more we have our leaders, I think it comes down to two facets, because or faucets.
No, it's facets.
Facets.
Faucets. Like
I was thinking
water.
faucet. Like, we have two faucets. The water's coming from two ends. I don't know. I'm messing around. If we want to make the culture more Christian, we have to do it in two ways. With not just the culture and laws. Actually, it's those things. Our politics and laws and our culture. So we can have, we can go out into our community. We can try to make, be fishers of men and bring, all to Christ. But without the people leading our country having those same standards, it's not going to. There's nothing going to come to fruition as a society.
The law needs to be a teacher.
The law needs to be a teacher. Needs to be used properly. It doesn't need to be used like the Pharisees as a cudgel to measure the certain steps you're supposed to do on the Sabbath. But there are some laws meticulously have to do things. So I guess that's my idea of how we would make the culture not just conservative but Christian. I think you can't separate the two. More right wing and Christian. You have to have the laws.
So we're evangelizing. We're putting in, or maybe volunteering to be put in, Christian, righteous leaders with backbone. And on the culture front, we're also being bold about reinstating those righteous taboos. Sodomy, that's gross. Transgenderism, not a thing.
That makes sense.
women in combat, get out of here, you sicko. You know, that
Unholy. It's
yeah,
terrible.
you're a coward.
It's so bad,
That's-
man. You would send your mother and your daughter to war,
yeah,
and it's like
terrible.
it's absolutely terrible. And not, no offense. Well, I guess I don't care about offense, but for all of history, and it doesn't even matter what people have done in the past because there have been bad traditions. Men have fought in war because it's our job to protect. Even if a woman is capable, it's just like if a woman is capable to work a full-time job. Her job is to be a mother. That's her God-given purpose. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule, of course. But how about we not put women to be, like Michael Knoll said, to take bullets from jihadis? That's not.
And it's more to be a wife, and I would think of being a mother is in pursuit of being a good wife. You're because you're created to be a helpmeet, and part of what a man is trying to do is create legacy, fill the earth, and raise godly children. And as the wife, you get to come along and be a very huge part of that. Yes.
Integral.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's really cool. I think I cut you off.
I don't
I
know.
always do that. Okay.
You're good.
We'll cut the loss.
But shifting taboos.
Shifting
Yeah,
taboos.
we need to be bold about that. Kind of the Overton window. It's been constantly shifting left. It's the Overton window is the idea of what's acceptable and what's normalized in society. Always shifting left. We need to shift it right.
It's that rubber band. My grandfather, I wrote an article on this, I think it was last week. It's the rubber band effect. It's always been pulled. Now it does snap sort of back to the middle. It's never fully snapped like all the way. But it's always gone left for like the last 100 years. It's just constant growth. It's that Overton window stretching, leaving people in the middle closer to the right, even though they may not fully agree with everything on the right. They have more in common. And we want that's good, but now we need to move ever so close to the right. We need to move our positions. Because I remember, so this was back in 2018 and 19, I was starting to get into politics, where I was just interested in current events. And I would listen to videos from PragerU. I would read, like, Christian, conservative, homeschool, kind of like news articles. They were mainly like the broad view. It wasn't, Twitter level news, like every single second. And it was like, what the conversations at the time were, here's the difference between socialism and communism. Here is this new victim culture. Here are we were talking about like social security and like fiscal responsibility. The conversation from then to now has changed so much. Instead of talking about actually wind power isn't that good, we're not talking about, hey, maybe we shouldn't have illegals rape our women all the time. Maybe we should deport them. Make that into law.
I wonder if there's a way to not let the left always choose the field of battle, because that's what we're doing right
There's
now.
got to be a way. There's got to be a way. I don't know how. I think it's because the left was insurgent. They were the underdogs, I guess. That's if you could name it like that. You have nothing to lose. I don't know. Maybe it's just I do think evil has can do powerful things.
Give that one some thought.
Maybe it takes a different generation, like the young men of now that are the most religious they've ever been in the last 40 years, which is great because that means naturally the young women are going to follow the men.
And that's something at the very least that we absolutely can do is raise our children right.
Oh, for sure.
And we're talking about. I saw this amazing example of boldness and shifting taboos back to what they should be. Somebody had the PragerU guy, Prager, Dennis
Prager,
on his podcast. It was like Pints with Aquinas or something. was the podcast name.
I've heard that. Pints with a
kind of cool name. I'm gonna check
I like
it out. Anyway, they were talking about masturbation and porn and if it's wrong and all this. And believe it or not, I was really shocked. Dennis Prager's position was that masturbating to animated child porn was not wrong.
Yeah, that was.
I'm sorry you had to hear that. Pretty gross.
Yeah.
And the guy, after he clarified, you're saying this. Yes, I'm saying that. He said, that's despicable. That's despicable behavior. And Dennis Prager was kind of shocked. Like, really? Or surprised. Like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's despicable.
No, that's pretty criminal, man. That's
I love
evil.
it that the guy didn't say, I disagree. That's despicable.
Respectfully, I respect your opinion, but I just kind of disagree. That's wrong.
Wicked.
That's No, ever since Dennis Prager, this was like 2 years ago, I did a debate with someone on whether just pornography wrong was in general was wrong, and he came to the conclusion that since it wasn't, actually like physically cheating on your wife with another woman, it was fine. And I'm like, Jesus came down and said if you looked at another woman with lust in your heart, that's adultery, and which you can interpret. Pornography's bad, so
he doesn't accept Jesus' authority.
No, he's an Orthodox Jew. He, no, I don't hate the Jews, but I hate their religion in that way because it does lead to that, and that's really bad. That's terrible. Jeez.
That got a little dark.
Take it to the extreme.
But we need to be like that guy.
But that was a good example of that's disgusting. Actually, no, you're wrong. Because for too long, ever since like the 80s and 90s, and of course the 80s were great, Ronald Reagan, but it's like, we can talk about just free speech. That was the thing of the right. Free speech. Vivek Ramaswamy talks about this all the time, and I'm like, no man, good speech. Maybe,
good speech is best
not that you shouldn't say that because the law prevents you, but because people don't want you to. That's not a good thing to say. You still can't say, certain words on the air on American cable, I think. Why is that? Why is that standard there?
I'm okay with them not being able to say some words, but it's probably not the right words that they're banned from now.
Well, it's the F.
Good.
You still can't say that. That's what I'm saying. That's a good example of something we still have.
Yeah, that took me by surprise. I listened to something on the radio.
On American cable. So
well, there's also rules on radio, I think. Or maybe there was
radio.
I don't know. Like self-imposed. I don't remember. When you look up music, sometimes you can find the radio edit.
Radio edit? Yeah. I like those. I like those. Because they change the words, and I like that. Because I don't like hearing a pause where I can clearly tell what they're saying. It's like,
I was listening to country a lot at one point, and there was this enjoyable song, and I'm just listening to it on the radio in my car. And at some point, I'm playing games with my family, and somebody wanted music, and I turned on this song, and said a couple bad words, and I was like, "Whoa! What? I was sure that."
That's exactly what everyone's Generation X parents say when they find that movie from their childhood they loved, and then they play it, and it's like, I did not remember that being there. No,
my dad would fall asleep while screening movies sometimes, and so he would run it.
Take it over.
Run it for us. I don't remember that part being in there at all. That's great.
Yeah. It's because they would show the TV version. They saw that as kids, but now, because there's no standards, they release it as PG on all the platforms when there's like actual, sexual things in there.
And I'm not making fun of my dad. He stepped up to actually screen movies. A lot of people don't.
They just see the rating. It's like, yeah, okay.
and a lot of the time he could be like, okay, there's this section which is not appropriate, but this one, 7 and up in my house can see it, as long as y'all go past this section, and cover these women during this time, cool, great. So he really, that was a really good thing he did.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we need to be bold. I was able to be a little bolder over text today than I sometimes am.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
previous
Tell me the story.
employee, I needed to get some tax information from her. Now it's tax season for sending out W-2s and 1099s and such.
Yeah.
And she had just moved out of state, and she's like 18, I think. And I was like, oh, I didn't hear you moved. You moved out of state? Did you get married?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I just moved. No, just living alone living alone right now. I was like, oh, that's sad. But I hope it goes really well. I hope you find a good church.
Yeah.
So tried not to worry about what she thought of me by maybe disapproving of her choices of living alone or whatever. I mean, much better than living with a boyfriend or something. Way better.
I was like, oh, she's alone. That's
Well,
great.
it's better than the alternative. But
It's better. Yeah.
an 18-year-old
Marriage is
young
best.
lady moving out of a healthy home before getting married is far from the ideal.
I had a recent situation happen recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's unfortunate. It was a bit worse, like leaving the church and everything. Yeah. No, that's good. Like at least set expectations. Yeah, marriage is good.
Yeah.
Good. I have the same thing at work about a week ago. We were just talking about relationships and everything. One of my coworkers was like, "Oh, you're getting married? Yeah. How old are you? I'm 18." Yeah, I said it's alright. I am.
I think you've
I
said it
guess
on
I've already
Twitter
said it.
multiple times.
I think I've said it before. Yeah, I'm 18. Then you're gonna figure out my information now. But yeah, I am, for our culture, pretty young to get married, and my fiance's a little older, but I've known each other for years now. At work, we were speaking, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been with my boyfriend for like almost 9 years now." And I was like, "Oh, y'all should get married." And she was like, "Yeah," and I kind of this like face like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Y'all should get married." I was like, "Well, why wouldn't you get married? You've been with him for a decade." Like, obviously.
Been with him half my life. Half your life. I was speaking for you.
Oh, no, yeah, I know. Sorry, I was like, what?
Like, when you were reading Lord of the Rings, she was getting into that relationship.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate. And that specifically in relationships, my fiance always talks about this. She thinks it's the dumbest thing ever. It's an insult not to want to marry. If you've been with your boyfriend, girlfriend, or the person you are courting, if they're a great person, if you love them, if you want to have a future with them, it's insulting to say, no, I don't want to make the commitment to stay forever.
Yeah.
It's like saying, if someone better comes across, I kind of want to have my options open. I think it's really, it's kind of,
it's an understandable temptation, but it's
well, yeah, no, it's understandable because, especially in the world of like speed dating and hookups and commitments and people not, and luckily I overheard a conversation between that coworker and another female coworker about having kids. They were just like, oh, I don't know if I could have the time. Like, it's just a lot of stuff to do. I'm a little selfish. I want that time for me. And I was like,
you are selfish.
But yeah, you're selfish. And the other one was like, I know, but I think it'd be worth it. And it's so funny because one of my coworkers is absolutely quite a personality, very outgoing lady. I'm not gonna tell everything about her personal life just for her privacy, of course, but she's like, if I had a husband, I would be popping out kids every year. Like, it's great for me. I like it. She's working full time, so she has a kid. She's not married currently, but I'm like, interesting.
Yeah,
That's pretty
nice.
cool. Yeah, I quoted her on that. So yeah, she said we find out kids every year.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of like how we would change to wrap that section up. How we would change the
Super
culture.
bird's eye view.
More super bird's eye view. Yeah, we're definitely not experts on the issue, but or on I guess most issues about our own life.
I just finished Christian National, The Case for Christian Nationalism by
Nice,
Stephen Wolfe.
nice.
The
You
second
finished it?
half
Okay, okay.
was way more interesting to read because the first half it was all like, okay, yeah, kind of duh, okay, yeah. He's just building the foundation to make his argument.
You know, stuff you learned in
well, half of it was yeah, duh, and half of it was. I wish you'd actually explain where you got that from the Bible, but you didn't get that from the Bible as much as you got that from the Reformed tradition, the Calvin, the Kuyper, all that, which is fine if you've read that, but I haven't, so I can't engage with that. I agree with your the points you're coming to, but I can't follow how you got there. Anyway. Second half,
yeah,
way better.
That was the first half.
Really loved it. And he said something. All that lead up, I forgot what he said. Oh, he kind of ended with the best way for the citizens to resist a monarch, a federal leader, a head of the nation that's not, in our case, would be president or Congress or whatever, that's instituting unjust laws, unrighteous laws. The best way is for a lower magistrate, a in-between government official, to resist that. So he has a responsibility to do that. And so in our case, the most likely would be the governor and his attorney general and that kind of thing. And in Texas, that they have been doing that. Like, okay, we're going to challenge President Biden and his administration on his insistence that men can be in women's sports. Ken Paxton
get
on him,
or that you
fighting that.
Are forced to take an experimental vaccine. Yeah. I'm never forgiving Joe Biden for that. Of course, my dad too.
Yeah. So, all that to say, who we get into our state level, as well as our county and city and all that, but who we put into our state level political offices, very important. And that's a good step towards improving the culture.
Well, if that mid-level,
you're good.
Sorry,
you're good.
Yeah, no, I agree. If that mid-level doesn't protect its citizens, or the will of the nation, or their, I guess the place they are governing over, then there will be like revolution. It'll go to the people's hands. Just naturally. I'm saying it's good.
There's multiple steps. When the balances of power don't stop each other from that, the Supreme Court, Congress, President, all that. When they don't take that on, then it gets kicked to the governor and the state legislators.
Yeah.
And if they don't do it, then there's county and city, and then revolution, if necessary.
Yeah. No, I can't tell you how awesome of a feeling it is when Greg Abbott stands up and is like, well, I mean, he's
not standing,
he's disabled, so he can't stand up. When he stands up and is like, no, actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're suing you. Sorry, Biden. No way, Jose.
I feel like he's. I don't know if he's gotten more of a spine, or if or as we talked about, the winds have changed direction. That even Mark Zuckerberg is saying, yeah, maybe we shouldn't censor people.
This is totally unrelated to Trump being elected, but we're going to turn that around.
It might be more related to all that. Was it jujitsu he's been taking? Upping his T levels.
Yeah, that fight with Elon Musk is never going to happen.
Oh well.
Elon Musk is too busy making big moves. But and then Ron DeSantis, awesome governor, which Greg Abbott, I think he doesn't have the governor of Texas doesn't really have a lot of legislative power. I mean, a lot less than like Florida, for instance. Yeah. So he can still do a lot of things. Like he mainly directs his people and what they do, but he can't just make like executive orders all the time for the state.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing Stephen Wolfe said. It really cleared up this back and forth in my own head about like, well, the founding fathers, they seem to have done a righteous thing in rebelling, but then you look at Romans and we're supposed to obey the government and all this. And
Right. Yeah.
he gave the example
Obey the laws.
of a abusive father. So a father has a responsibility and authority in his home. But if he disciplines his son, we're going to use the son as an example. If he disciplines his son, then his son is to submit to that. If he gets drunk and starts abusing his son, his son is. It would be right and proper for his son to try and defend himself. That would not be improper. His father is not operating within the authority given to him by God. Same with a tyrant. So when they're issuing just laws, when they start abusing that power and not issuing just laws, righteous laws, then they're not acting within the authority God's given them.
That's exactly it, though. Like
they're stepping outside of that.
The verse I keep coming back to, that's why voting is so important, is God says, I put you here, the leaders are here, the governors and the leaders are here to punish the evil and to
reward
reward the good. They're not doing that.
And that always confused me. Because it's like...
There are people who do that all the time, who are evil leaders, or tyrants. God put people in place, like Babylon. Terrible degenerate nation. I mean, Israel was that sometimes too. But to take over Israel for their sins. And I've often thought, was Biden part of our punishment of America? Why would God suddenly stop punishing nations just because? I don't know. It's not, I'm just kind of done with it. I don't mean to be loose with, acting how God would act, but
he still punishes.
I think that
definitely.
I think it's definitely in relation to abortion. There's and the sexual sin of America, but yeah, that's outside the scope of the government's authority given by God to abuse its power for the purpose of evil.
So his argument I think at this point in the book, he actually did some is it called exegesis? I think from the Bible, from Romans, and like when they aren't acting within that mandate of punishing evil, rewarding good, then they're acting outside of God's authority. They are still a proper authority, but not in these areas where they've stepped out of bounds. So they're still to be honored and obeyed in all the areas they are inside their mandate, but not outside.
That's reasonable. I would agree.
I thought that was very good.
Yeah. You saved the best for last, huh?
Yeah, it's like you got to get through, and it makes sense. You're going to talk about things that are very foreign to a lot of people, and so you got to build up the argument, and that makes sense. I'm just not. I don't have the attention span that I should, and so it was hard slogging through it. Anyway, you wanted to talk about the incoming administration.
Yes. So we're running on almost an hour and 10 minutes, so I guess we can go through this fairly quickly. Not rush it. On the list here we have our things we're excited for Trump 3.0. I say 3.0 because we had Trump 1 was first term, Trump 2 was when he wasn't in office, and Trump 3 is when the incoming. We haven't seen it. I'm very excited for just some basic common sense on the foreign stage. Like, actually, no, Hamas, you're all gonna get killed. How about we stop the wars? I'm really excited for that. And thinking ahead, you wouldn't think Donald Trump would do this, but his want to get Greenland and Panama is really, really smart. I love it. Not just because raw America, but because when we have Greenland, we have secured the northern shipping trade because the ice is melting up there. It is
on this side of the.
It's not bad. On this side, it's melting. The trade is going to open up in the next 10 years, and Russia wants that so badly. If we can control part of that, maybe they won't have the entire European, like that top side, and control the Arctic. That's something China and Russia really, really want. So what Trump is doing, he's getting our foot in the door, guaranteeing America's national security in that area, and only have more military bases there. In Greenland, I'm talking specifically about Greenland, but also protect free trade up there because, as we know, we're the only ones protecting free trade. Panama is great because China owns. There's one Chinese company that owns both ports of the Panama Canal. We gave it back to Panama back in 1977, thanks to Jimmy Carter. Those companies are located in Hong Kong, which China now controls. So those are Chinese companies. That is China's government controlling the Panama Canal. That controls 40% of the U.S.'s trade. Why would we give China the keys to that? Why would we give them the keys to our destruction? It's so dumb. It's like
I'm all on board on getting Panama Canal back.
110,000 Americans died to build it. Why'd we give it away?
I don't know.
So
I think
we're going to get that back.
In the original deal that we would have it for 60 years or whatever it was. 50 years.
Tough luck. Like, and that's the thing. When the EU says, "How dare Donald Trump take it back?" I'm like, "Go pound sand, Euros." Like,
Trump's a deal maker. I don't think he's just going to send in troops. I think he's going to make
leader of Denmark said, "It's up to Greenland, the people of Greenland, to decide they want to join America." The most recent poll from Greenland, 67%
really
America.
Interesting.
There's only 60,000 people.
That's crazy.
It's like less than
so like 30,000 people said, "Yeah, we won," or 40,000, something like that.
Roughly.
Interesting.
So all that to say, Trump is thinking ahead 10 to 15 years when we're in World War, or we're in a state where we need to leverage something over another country. Let's not give other countries, our enemies, specifically Russia and China. No, we can't say enemies. They are our enemies on a national stage. We cannot give them the keys to our destruction. So he's thinking ahead. I love that. He's being a good leader. What's something you're excited for? Sorry, I just went off.
No, you're good. I'm excited about Pete Hegseth. That's pretty cool. Incoming DOD. Did he get confirmed?
He's likely going to get confirmed.
I know they finished his hearings. I didn't remember if he.
They vote after all the hearings.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It'll be soon.
I'm excited for Holmany, something like that. He's going to be enforcing the border security.
Holman.
Okay.
Tom Homan.
Tough dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
Good to port the families together.
So that's how you do it.
Let's go.
Yeah. Excited for that. I love the contrast between his first inaugural, it is a photo, but portrait. His first inaugural portrait and his incoming one. It's like the new recruit, or maybe your first day of college and your last day of college or something. He's all smiles in the first one.
He's like, I actually got to do this. I'm professional. And the time he's coming back, his new portrait, it looks like his mugshot. He's like, I'm ready to go. Get ready, guys.
It's so great.
Love it. Donald Trump is going to be the next Republican. People say, I'm a Trump Republican. Because for the last 40 years, it's been, I'm a Reagan Republican. I like the Ronald Reagan days. That's when America was great. 1985. Reminiscence. The 2020s, at least the latter half, will probably be another era of that. Trump Republican. He has forever changed the party. There's no way to deny that.
Interesting idea.
I think overall it's been for good. There are complications, though.
I think it's been a little better. Yeah. He's not conservative.
He is on some things, but he's mostly a moderate. Mostly.
Yeah.
That's why I like JD Vance a bit more because he's more conservative. He really was a coward on the abortion issue, though.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it is that you have to play.
It's
Well, you don't have.
I think most of it for the election. I don't think half, but the reason they did was probably for the election. Which I guess you can say that's a stain on his character that he would give up one of the most important positions to be elected. But we'll take what we can get whenever we can.
I love what's coming out of Congress right now with the bills they're starting to file in preparation for Trump to be able to sign stuff. Because the
Write it down.
new Congress is in Republican majorities. That doesn't always mean all that much, but
especially in the House. Oh my
but
gosh!
They passed the the transgender sports bill in the House. For those that don't know,
that was good.
It's saying if you receive federal money as an educational institution, I think it is, you cannot have men participating in women's sports. Awesome. See if it gets through the Senate. I think the Senate we have a little smaller of a majority. Then we have like 52 or 53.
We have one seat in the House, and then we have 54 seats in the Senate.
One seat in the House.
Sorry, one seat majority
in the House.
And then we have in the House. We lost seats in the House.
No, there's like 14 more. I have to look that up. That doesn't sound right.
There may be 14 new people, but we only have a one seat majority, as far as I understand. We have a bigger majority in the Senate with 54 out of 100. So
I have to look that up.
That's why we can get our people through. It's great. Yeah, those are some good things. Disappointments, if they're going to be obvious. Ambiguity and complete abandonment of the abortion issue. It's a killer. IVF as well. It's a sad day, but
I'm really hoping he was just saying the IVF stuff to get elected. But when even Ted Cruz is pushing it.
Well, the thing is, Ted Cruz, he pushes it and then votes against it whenever it comes up.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like every time IVF comes up in the Senate, he votes against it. Like all Republicans do.
Interesting.
It's weird. It's really weird. That's why I still support Ted Cruz, because he's a great senator, but because he hasn't actually voted for any pro IVF stuff. So, yeah. I like that IVF has become a national conversation.
I need to make more posts about that. That seems to be where I get most of the haters when I post, Ted Cruz, please stop supporting IVF. It's evil. Terrible person.
Well, it's the people. People think IVF means good because babies are good, but it's the way they're made.
It's an evil means for a good end. So, for anybody who doesn't know, I feel like I'm doing this a little bit more this episode, but I think that's fine. For anybody who doesn't know, IVF, you create a bunch of babies, and you implant 1, 2, and then you freeze or kill the rest.
Dispose, in quotations.
It's despicable.
They use science to meld the sperm and egg of a husband and wife, or of donors, which is absolutely terrible. So
yeah, the terrible things that people have to do to get that sperm.
And there's like 5 or 16 that are just thrown away. They're just there for backups in case the first one has genetic defects or something. And then there's also what I guess I have a more of an emotional reaction to is engineering the genes.
Like CRISPR and stuff?
Yeah, CRISPR. That is that's
diabolical.
That sounds very evil to me. It's already evil because, abortion, most people when they hear their kid has Down syndrome, they just abort it, which, I pretty got about that. So, yeah. So those are kind of our disappointments, but a lot of good things, very good things coming from the Trump administration for the next at least 2 years until the midterms. We'll see how that goes. because midterms.
Yeah.
They're great. We do really well in the presidential ones because Trump shows up and he brings out the neighbors that don't vote usually.
Mhm.
No one votes in the midterms unless no one votes except the radicals on each side. So it's
Oh,
like,
thank
you know, more Democrats have a better turnout when Trump is dominant.
I guess my other disappointment is I wish this is nitpicking, but I
Okay.
wish Trump's administration.
It's over.
Okay,
You can
sweet.
nitpick.
He's not listening, so I kind of wish Trump's administration was skewed much more heavily male. He has
Yeah.
he's putting a lot of women in these high profile jobs, and I don't think it's somewhat perverse. You know, he's hiring very
Somewhat.
smart women, but that's not the proper place for them to be. We all have a proper place in the world, and that's not it. In my opinion.
I generally would agree. I think it's better for if there's, you know, I think it's more proper for men in office, just like it is for men to be fighting war, for leading. I have a little hesitation because I think, for like Pam Bondi especially, seems absolutely fantastic, incredibly intelligent at the job. It's like, it feels like she's great at it, but it kind of feels like a Deborah thing where she's there because no man else could. The dudes won't step up.
Yeah, and that's sometimes the problem. He has the pick of so many people. I kind of doubt that's the case.
He chose Matt Gaetz. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that much about Matt Gaetz. I'm surprised. Would have loved to see Thomas Massey somewhere in there. There was talk about him being put in as the
Agriculture.
That would have been awesome.
That'd been great. No, he put in some person who got a college degree from A&M. That was it. That's unfortunate because there's a lot of messed up stuff in the agriculture world that's holding back American farmers. So there's some disappointments. That stuff can move around. It's better than having Democrats in office, for sure. And it's crazy to me. We're getting Trump on Monday.
Is it? Wow.
January 20th. Nice. We're recording this on the 16th. Man, it's 4 days away. It's going to be so cool because every day I'm going to wake up and be like, what does he do now? What executive order has he signed? What crazy thing has he said? I want to know. Because otherwise, it's like, what did Biden mumble today?
President Trump is the reason I started watching the news more daily. Not
really
not watching like visually, but
taking a peek at,
like caring about the daily news. Because I woke up and I think I checked the news during breakfast or something, and like Trump had sent missiles to let's see, somewhere in the Middle East. Starts with an S.
Like Lusomanov or something. Soleimani, Syria.
I don't remember what it was, but there was some missiles, and like, whoa, okay, things can change fast. I better pay attention. Did you hear about the Hamas negotiations that are happening days before? I don't like the deal. I don't like the deal.
No, Israel doesn't like the deal.
30 hostages from Hamas, hundreds from Israel. Oh, but
Hamas, most of the hostages are probably already dead. They're just giving back the bodies, which is horrible, but that's what it is. The deal is unfortunate, but Biden has forced Israel to do it.
Biden has?
He hasn't forced Israel to sign it. He's forced them into the position where they have to take it to get their hostages back. Because he's not telling Israel, actually, go and kill all of Hamas. They don't have the hostages, and so they have to either get them back or nothing. And Shapiro in a show today, I listen to Ben Shapiro, kill me, said that the difference between Biden saying this is what the deal is and Trump is, Biden saying fighting will stop. We'll send aid to. He said the fighting will stop. Number one. Number two, we'll send aid into Gaza. That's number two. And number three, we'll get the hostages back. That's the third on the list. Trump mentions the hostages first, then destroying all of Hamas and saying they'll never lead again.
Good.
So, in Israel's eyes, they're signing the deal because when Trump is in office, they can do whatever they want,
Yeah.
essentially. So it's like, we got 4 days, we might as well get him back while we can.
Yeah.
So,
There's
that's
no
essentially
reason
my
for
view.
Hamas still to exist.
I think it's an international scandal that there's any question about it. Yeah.
Well, next time we talk on here,
Yeah.
we'll be in office, Lord willing.
I'm sure we will have a lot to talk about. It's gonna be pretty
those
fun.
first couple
Might be
days.
some- Dude, it's insane. So Biden signed 17 executive orders. Trump says, only. Trump says he has a 4-inch thick document, which is executive orders he wants to sign. That's insane, and I'm so ready for it. We've been going for an hour and 30 minutes, 25 minutes.
I guess when we're tired and relaxed,
it's crazy.
we just keep going.
You just get talking. It was a good podcast today. I really like doing it.
All right. Talk to you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, thanks for watching the Right Perspective Podcast, episode 5. We'll see you guys 2 weeks from now.